Today I messed up by using a lounge floaty midday. My apartment complex has a small pool. Because my husband and I have worked during the day, we have been enjoying the pool in the early evenings, so we were not in the habit of using sunscreen. On Saturday morning we did our weekly grocery run and I finally bought the $2 lounge floaty I've been eyeing. When we got home, I was so excited to use my new floaty. We got ready to go to the pool. Without sunscreen. I think you know where this is going. We had the most fun time ever. I lounged on my floaty, feeling the sunshine on my body. Then we played some frisbee in the water. Unimportant side note, I can't catch a frisbee to save my life. After about an hour we decided to go back inside. While in the shower I noticed a red U-shaped sunburn forming on my chest. I foolishly thought it was no big deal, just a mild sunburn. But I was wrong. Over the next little bit, the sunburn worsened, especially on the tops of my thighs, chest, shoulders, and upper arms. The parts that don't get exposed to the sun because I wear t-shirts and knee-length shorts to work. It's been 2 days and it still hurts so bad. I have little blisters on my chest and shoulders. I itch. I can't walk, wear clothes, or raise my arms above my head. I didn't go to church yesterday or work today. I'm just so grateful that I only burnt the front half of my body and that I was wearing a one-piece. I have learned my lesson, and if I ever decide to go into the sun again, I will wear sunscreen. Today I messed up by being too polite. I was walking around on my lunch break and decided to go into an art shop to buy some sketchbook and pencils. For context, I wear punk-style clothes. As I was walking in I spotted this really pretty girl with long purple hair wearing quite gothic clothes. We exchanged eye contact for a second and we both smiled at each other. I was browsing through the sketchbooks and the girl with purple hair stood next to me. I looked up and she smiled at me. I thought I was in her way so moved away to give her some space. Went to the next aisle to look for pencils in the meantime. As I was looking I saw the girl again walk over to where I was, smiling again. I thought I was being clumsy and in her way again so I flashed a smile and was sheepishly just like oh, my bad, sorry and decided that I had embarrassed myself at that shop and I would go grab lunch instead. Went to a little Italian deli and ordered my food and put my headphones on while I waited. This girl with purple hair walks into the deli and smiles at me again, so I smile back politely. My food order was ready so I grabbed it and went back to work. I explained what happened to my coworkers, 2 women, 2 guys, and they came to the consensus that they were 95% sure she was trying to get my attention. I didn't believe it because no way was a pretty girl like her interested in me. After thinking about it for a little while my brain turned on that little light bulb and I felt dumb. Today I messed up by shitting my pants at work. A couple months ago I was dealing with major stomach issues at work. I work in a warehouse. I assume it was something I ate the night before. I kept going back and forth to the bathroom when the overwhelming feeling of diarrhea would come upon me, except I would always sit to shit and nothing would come out. This happened all day and I was dying inside. I had about 15 minutes left of work and felt a fart coming on. I farted and, well, the age-old story. I shit my pants. But not my pants, because I was wearing shorts. The poop ran down my leg and onto the floor. It was the most fucked thing that's ever happened to me. I sped walked to the bathroom with poop on my leg and on the floor where I was working. I quickly cleaned myself up the best I could, and took the underwear off and stuffed it in my pocket as I didn't want to throw it in the trash and potentially be found. I grabbed some cleaning supplies from the bathroom and cleaned up the poop spot on the floor before anyone noticed. I can't believe nobody saw it. Today I messed up by microwaving fish in my office for a year. Alright, so a few things. I have an odd sense of smell. My sinuses are literally always blocked and it affects my sense of smell, but it doesn't affect me across the board. Some things I can smell just fine, some things I can sometimes smell, some things I've never really been able to smell. I love fish, it's easy to cook/meal prep, tasty, and good for you. I used to eat a tuna sandwich for breakfast every morning. Up until a year ago, I had never worked an office job, only outside/manual labor/fast food jobs. So on to the fuck up, which should actually be over the past year I fucked up. About 1 to 3 times a week I brought in a meal with fish, salmon, tilapia, tuna, and naturally, I thought, I warmed it up in the community microwave. While I was scrolling through a coworkers from hell thread and saw a long rant about how someone had a coworker that brought in fish and warmed it up in the communal microwave and stunk up the whole office, and a bunch of people all piled on talking about how awful that was. I thought what? Fish can kind of have a smell, but definitely not as much as some other foods people warm up, they must be exaggerating. Then I had my own little light bulb moment and I remembered/realized a few things. The aforementioned weird sense of smell, my sister retching every time I ate a tuna sandwich for lunch, the fact that I've always heard rotten fish has an unmistakably strong smell but I have to basically stick my nose directly into a rotten fish to be able to smell it, all the other times I've heard people remark on fish's smell in passing, I'm so sorry, I'm so stupid. Today I messed up, by moaning during a massage. Hi, sorry if I made a mistake posting here. I don't go on Reddit and I've only posted once. But my GF thinks this situation is hilarious and asked me to post about it here, so I'll be telling you guys what I did. I've been dating my GF for 5 months now. She's a sports massage therapist, and I make reservations with her during her workdays. She's offered to give me free massages whenever I needed one, but I don't like the idea of making her work for free during the limited time we get to spend together. I do have a 15-year-old daughter after all. A month ago, I asked her if she'd be able to give me a massage at my place and eat dinner together after. My lower back felt really tight, and my shoulders felt stiff. So she came to my place with her massage table and set everything up at the living room. My daughter was in her room throughout this whole time. While my GF was giving me a massage, I don't know what she did to the lower right part of my back, but it felt so good that I suddenly let out a loud moan. My daughter heard my moan as well, because I heard her yell, "Oh my God, I did not have to hear that." I never knew I was capable of making a sound like this, and neither did my GF as she paused and stayed silent. Well, it turns out, she got really turned on by my moan and wants to hear it again. If I could replicate the moan I made that day, I'd do it, but I can't. And now whenever we do the sexy time, she wants me to moan as loud as I can.